Hello YouTube, this is a tobacco review of Sutliff's Walnut and Maple. There you are. It is a ribbon cut with a blend of Black Cavendish, but mostly Virginias. The bag note, or tin note, whichever you want to call it at this point in time, has a wonderful light tobacco smell with hints of maple and no hints of walnut. The moisture of the tobacco is at a medium level, so it packs quite nicely in the bowl. The burning of it went quite well, except for the fact that after a while it did get on the hot side. You give it a short break and it cooled down relatively quick. Tongue bite. Could not get much tongue bite out of this at all. After drawing on it fairly hard in some cases and lightening up at other times, just giving it the basic rundown, there was no real tongue bite to be mentioned. It threatened, but there was no real tongue bite. The room note was interesting. It would start off with this wonderful smell of maple with enough walnut to temper down the sweetness of the odor. Once you started to smoke it with any time put into it, the smells compounded on itself and then became sickly. Once you gave it a pause, then that sickly odor quickly went away, and it was almost as if you had started the bowl from scratch. The heat that it produced, like I said, starts off well, got really hot, gave it a pause, then next thing you know, it cooled down almost immediately. That's where things also get kind of weird. The taste. Most aromatics do not have a taste. You smoke them for the smell of it. In this case, you got yourself a burnt walnut smell out of it. The not offensive, but the smell was more along the lines of what you would find in a dessert with walnuts on top that's been baked. The problem was that once you smoked this with any quickness to it, any rapidity to it all, it became as if you were tasting nothing but burnt walnuts. And like I said, at that point in time, it starts becoming offensive. Once you gave it a break, took a sip of water or your favorite drink, and all of a sudden gone. And as soon as you started to draw on your pipe again, it was as if you just lit it. It had that wonderful smell and that wonderful burnt nut taste to it all. Very peculiar. Now, what I would have with this type of a drink-wise accompaniment, the whole thing, is any kind of light whiskey. Not quite as strong as, say, Elijah Craig, but we're leaning that direction, but say a Jack Daniels or something else along that line that has, in my opinion, a bit of a light flavor to it. If you go too far light, to ginger, something like that, it may become a bit domineering. Like I said, that burnt walnut taste starts to become a little overwhelming about 2/3 of the way through your smoking of the bowl, if not sooner. Any kind of beer will be able to handle it. A light pale ale, all the way down to any kind of stout. Probably the best would cut into the middle with your brown ales. Would be just fine for it. But any kind of beer would go well with this. Your teas, actually almost any kind of tea, because it's competing with this burnt walnut. And as soon as you take the sip of that, it eliminates the walnut taste, and you are given the whatever the flavor is that you are drinking to accompaniment your bowl with. It's just that too strong of a whiskey would dominate it, and too light of a whiskey will not have enough backbone to compete. But oddly, your teas, your wines, and any kind of beers no matter what it was, whether it's a light, white wine to a deep red like a Merlot, or whether we're talking a pale ale to a stout, or a white tea to a black, it doesn't really matter. All those can keep up with this particular tobacco. Because it is a maple walnut, it is fit for fall. The maple helps with it all because it fits with the motif of the other smells in the area, and the walnut, because the walnuts are actually falling in the fall. It all fits very well for fall smoking, early winter. I'm not sure if I would pick this for spring, and it would definitely be odd in summer. Wintertime would be a fair time for it, but ideally fall. So there you go. Give it a try. See what you think. It is Sutliff's Maple Walnut. I did try to find a review of it on smokingpipes.com, and I honestly couldn't. So I'm not sure what's going on with it. They may have renamed it for all I know. I got this bag not all that long ago, about a month or two, but hey, times change. But if you can find it, and if everything's cool along that line, give it a try. Sutliff's Maple Walnut. Write down any comments you may have down below. Help make a video of yourself giving this particular tobacco a try. And as always, keep on smoking.